Okay, ready?
3,
2.
1.
Welcome to Ruse on Record.
Welcome back, Ruse. Do you ever feel like you're just in this awkward stage of growing up where you're not too sure of what you want, what things you like doing, which people to hang around?
Don't fret, because you're not alone. Today we'll be joined by some people who have been there, done that, and are still going through it.
Yes, would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hi everyone, I'm Minnie.
And I'm Imran, still going through it. It's hard to believe that there are people that don't have that stage.
Oh,
And there
yeah.
probably are. Like, I can think of a couple of people that are just always like high spirits.
You know, that's so true. Yeah.
Imran, we wouldn't know your awkward stage because you came here so late.
Well, yeah. I mean, at Booker, I was doing pretty well for myself. Not to brag, but
Yeah, we love confidence.
yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. No, but when I did come to Ruse, it was a bit awkward at the start. I didn't have like everyone who transferred. Well, almost everyone. I didn't have that many friends. I guess the first person I clicked with was Dylan. So that was cool. It was at swimming carnival, and I don't know, we just clicked, and then he got me a cookie, and I felt really bad because I don't like it when people buy things for me because I feel like I owe them things. But yeah, it did take a while, maybe like half a term until I settled in.
Yeah, did you find it like intimidating coming to a new school?
Yeah, definitely, especially with my sisters. They were all there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was not being known as Aisha's brother or Anis's brother or Jaman's brother. So yeah, I tried my best to get involved in like amnesty and making friends with anyone I could. So that helped me get past that quote unquote awkward stage.
Yeah. What about you, Minnie? Like, because you transferred pretty late as well. Like,
Well, when I transferred with 3 other NSGs. So I kind of had like friends, right? But I guess I felt the need to like branch out. So asked Jeffrey Lee if I could sit with his group because they seemed so nice.
oh,
Their group was really welcoming and I'm very grateful for them. And then I just like did a bunch of clubs to like fit in. And I guess I kind of felt like I belonged like after a term, maybe. Yeah.
No, can I just say, I remember talking to you over Instagram in like year 10. What was that? I was like, you should come to Ruse. And then you were like, no, I'm not good enough to go. And then I found out you went to Ruse. I was like, oh no, but I'm not gonna fit in.
No, not exposing my awkward stage. Oh, well, I wasn't planning on accepting the offer to transfer
why?
because I was like, oh, maybe it's a bit too late, and everyone seems so like smart.
Fair enough.
But like, were you guys more excited than intimidated or like equal levels?
I guess I was more excited, I think. I mean, I did really enjoy my time at Booker. Like I had really good friends, but I knew that this was probably the best option for me in the long run. And again, it was like meeting new people, getting involved in new clubs, things like that. And my family knew the school, so it wasn't as difficult as I could imagine for other people. Like I do know a couple of transfers who didn't feel like they fit in for a long time, for like a few terms. And then finally they started, like they got into a group and then it got better. But yeah, I was lucky in that regard.
Yeah, and I think some transfers also, you know how James is like part of the selective system. And I think some people might have come from like a non-selective system. So it was really cool like seeing how resilient they are in like being able to adapt and just like fit in. Minnie, what about you?
I was more intimidated because I spent like year 7 and year 10 in NSG. And then when I asked my mom if I could apply for Ruse, I was kind of doing it to see if I would get rejected for the 3rd time or if they would let me in. And I got like a letter that was like, do you want to come to James Ruse? And I was like, oh, I didn't really think I would get this letter. So I don't know. I think I accepted it after like staring at the ceiling for like 2 hours thinking about whether I should move or not. So I was more intimidated than excited because I kept focusing on what I was losing. But then, you know, I started focusing on what I can gain. And I was like, more friends, you know, more opportunities. And so that was when I became excited.
Oh, that's so inspirational. Hopefully someone like not from Ruse listens to this and they're like, Yeah, I'm gonna try out
Yeah,
too.
guys. Yeah, try out and come with Ruse.
More friends means more gifts on your birthday. It's an investment.
True,
That's
true.
smart.
But also, Ruse is a really good school, so. Okay. I have a question to kickstart. What's a period in your life, like it could be a day, a week, or a month, that you felt like you changed the most?
I don't know. It's just like the transition from like year 6, where it's like it's very relaxed. You don't need to do anything, and then you come to Ruse, and it's still very relaxed in year 7, and no one really. I don't know. You like there's like 120 different people from OC. It's just it's very different.
Okay, my experience was like quite different from yours because I came from North Rocks, and so it was a OC class of 30 people, right? And I think every one of us like got into James Ruse luckily, and I think most of us accepted the offer. So then basically like the first day of year 7, that means a quarter of the cohort were people that I've already known for 2 years. So then I think that was really nice that like I already had my own steady group of friends that I could always talk to. So that meant that I didn't actually make that much of an effort to make friends, which wasn't very good of me. But then like when the transfers came throughout the years, like that definitely like forced me to like step out of my comfort zone and like talk to people. And I think that was like really nice. That's like a really nice part of having transfers. So yeah, that's how I got to know you, Imran and Minnie.
Yeah.
I actually remember getting close to you because
Yeah.
I did not talk to you at all. I'm gonna be honest. I was like intimidated by you. Not like it's not your fault. It's just you seemed popular and you were kind of tall as well.
Oh,
Well, I think I was
Imran,
short
my
back then.
gosh.
Oh my god, kind of same.
Yeah, it's right. See,
Yeah, no, I followed Sanbo on Instagram, right? And I was like, oh, she's like so cool. Like she must be really popular. And I met her and she was like good at English, like really good at English. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's smart as well.
Man, I'm blushing. Okay. No, literally, but that's exactly how I felt about you two. Because Minnie, you were like the talk of the grade. Because every time we get like a new influx of transfers, we're always like, who is she? Who is he? And we're just so excited to like meet you guys. But yeah, Imran, I was really excited. I was really intimidated too. You know, I tried to play it cool, but yeah.
maybe that's why it took so long because we were both intimidated by each other, so we just didn't talk to each other.
But it worked out in the end. We got like pretty close in year 10.
Cool, because what was it? I started sitting at your guys' table.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like in English, usually the boys sat with the boys and the girls sat with the girls. But then one day something happened with the tables, and there was one less seat on the boys' side and one less seat on the girls' side. And I came one more seat on the girls' side, and then I came late, so I had to sit at one of the tables. And then
I mean, yeah, those were really awkward.
I mean, I guess it's different with different people whether they can talk to girls, not for girls, if they can talk to guys. But it's something I feel like it's something everyone develops over time, even if it takes a while sometimes.
Yeah. Like Minnie, because you know how you came from like a girls only school, right? And then you came to a college. Like, did you find anything different?
I mean, I forgot that like bathrooms were. I was like, because unless you just walk into any bathrooms, that's the teacher's bathroom. And I just like didn't pay attention to like which bathroom I was going to, but now I have to because I might walk into the wrong bathroom. That's a really small thing, but
No, that's so interesting because you don't think about that, right?
I'm
I
sure it's
never
like
thought about that
only
either.
me, but because like I'm sure no one else might like struggle with identifying the right bathroom. But you know the bathrooms next to the canteen,
Mm.
Oh, because they're right next to each other.
because they're just two doors, right? And there's like a bathroom in NSG that's like similar to that. Like there's two doors and there's bathrooms on either side. So I was like, oh, I'll just go and if a guy didn't walk out of the bathroom, I would have gone into the wrong bathroom.
Oh.
So close call. I mean, overall, I think everyone at Ruse is like really nice. Like I remember first meeting Benson. No, Benson over text message. He has like a style that's like you already know this person really well because he like quadruple texts you. Hey.
Oh, it's so
Send me
true.
your English. And there's like there's like a connection, like the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that, Benson? You got vibes.
Yeah, you got
He
vibes.
does though. You do though.
Yeah, that's so true.
Do you know I saw Benson in year 7 at zone athletics?
Oh, really? Wait, did you guys know each other?
No, it was the only reason I remember him. Sorry, I'm gonna throw him under the bus here, Benson. Was because in discus and he did a throw, but the guy was still collecting the discus from the previous throw, so he got disqualified.
Oh my god, I
Do you
remember.
remember that?
Yeah.
And it was so sad because like
Oh,
everyone knew that you would have gone to regionals and like definitely gone to regionals,
oh,
maybe even state.
oh,
Must have been so
Isa,
sad.
I have totally forgotten about. Yeah, 'cause that was a good throw as well. Anyway, it's okay because in the next year I did fine, so it's all good.
Yeah, you've gone to regionals so many times.
Dang.
Legend.
How can we relate this to the topic? Let's see.
The awkward stage of discus throwing.
Wait, I have a question for you guys. Were you ever shy, or are you guys a shy person?
I don't know.
That's not an answer.
Because it's weird when it's like you're like in Ruse, it's like your bubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could do anything and honestly no one really cares. Well, I haven't really experienced any like other things other than like from my bubbles. It's like really weird when I'm like in like a situation where there's like new people I don't know. I don't know, is that shy?
I think that sort of is, as an example, like if you're at a conference or something and you're there alone and you don't know anyone because you came like alone, and then there are a bunch of people your age. If you're shy, then you'll most likely just stick by yourself, or maybe just find one person and then stick with them the whole day. But if you're outgoing, then you'll try and talk to people. But it can be hard. It's hard to do that when you don't know anyone.
Yeah, definitely.
When you're like, I don't know, when you're like come in and it's sort of the same thing, but then it like takes like 3 to 4 years and then everything's cool. And then HSC comes. So there's like this 1 year of like
Zero social interactions. Am I shy? I think more than I used to be somehow.
Really?
Around this time last year, like something happened and it changed me a lot. And then I feel like I've been more reserved. Like around my friends, obviously I'm fine, I'm chill like I used to be. But before then, if I was in a public place and I didn't know anyone, I probably would have tried to go up to someone and make friends. And right now, if I'm at a conference or something, I'll do that because I don't want to be alone the whole day. If I'm just somewhere for a little bit, then I'll just probably keep to myself just because I don't know if I don't want to bother anyone. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess maybe I am in my awkward stage then.
No, maybe it's like a part of growing up.
What was the question?
Were you ever shy?
Oh, yeah. No, because the reason I asked is like all three of you guys obviously seem so outgoing and confident, right? But like, even if you're shy, you can seem outgoing because you're putting in the work to like making the conscious effort to like talk to people and improve yourself, right? But then you might still be shy inside. So no, it's like really cool to see like how you can, push yourself to be a better version of yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's what it is then.
I'm like, I haven't talked to people in so long because like not seeing people face to face. But I think I was shy until like year 9 or 8. Because in like NSG, right? I was like really big on like volleyball. That was like the first sport I was really, really into, and probably still is my favorite sport. But I remember in like at the end of year 8 or midway through year 8, everyone older than me in the club like quit. Yeah, so I was the oldest person in the club, and then our supervising teacher was like, hey, this is your responsibility now because it's a student run club and you're the oldest one. And I was like, oh. Then on, we only had like 6 people in our club, and then I was like, oh, what do I do? That's like one singular team with no substitutes. And so I kind of like forced myself to like be outgoing and talk to juniors to ask them to join the club. And I think that's when I was like, oh, I kind of like talking to people.
We love self-development. I don't know. I think I'm pretty shy as well because I remember from like kindergarten to year 1, right? You know how in primary school you have show and tell?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so whenever I had to do show and tell, I would literally like start shaking. Like I was so nervous. And then when you get nervous, like you forget your words, right? So basically my teacher put me on the spot, and it was my 5th birthday the day before, right? And then he was like, okay, tell the class what you did for your birthday. Anyways, I was just shaking. I was literally sweating, right? It was so scary for me. So then I didn't know what to say. So I just stood up there, was silent. And then he was like, okay, then tell us what you ate. And I literally couldn't think. So I was like, nothing. And then after like everyone was done with their show and tell, he called me over and I got in trouble because he was like, why did you lie?
You got in trouble?
Yeah, he was like, why did you lie? Lying is not a good thing. Yeah, that was not a good experience. I was just so shy.
I thought he was going to be like, are you okay? Is something wrong? But no, he got you
Yeah.
in trouble? That's crazy. Oh my God.
Kind of traumatizing. Yeah.
Sometimes I still get like really nervous for like public speaking or just like whenever a teacher calls on you. Like, do you guys still get that?
Sometimes.
Like if you haven't done the work.
Even now, like, you know how you volunteered to like say something in class, right? Even then, I still get like super nervous. Like, my heart is pounding, but then still, like, I try to force myself to do it because one, it's like nice for the teacher, you know, that you're contributing something. And like, second, like, it's good character development. But like, it's really interesting because someone can seem really outgoing, but you don't actually know like how they feel or how much effort they're putting in.
I get exactly what you mean. Like a lot of the time, the teacher asks a question and no one responds, and it's like it's a bit sad. There's always this one person or a couple of people that put their hand up, and eventually the teacher says, "No, I don't want to hear from you anymore. Please, can we get other
Oh,
people?"
yeah.
We know everyone. Well, most people know the answer. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fear of getting it wrong, which makes sense. Like I think everyone has that fear.
No, do you feel like stuff like this happen? Like is because I'm thinking about like Sanbo's traumatic ending. But do you think like it like you know how you say like character development? Do you think it was like good that it happened?
Oh, right. Okay, first, like that teacher was really nice. I don't know, maybe it was just a misunderstanding. And then being in kindergarten, like I wasn't very good at expressing myself or telling him that I just felt nervous. But I think, I don't know, like how I actually overcame like my fear of like public speaking was that my mom actually sent me to this speech and drama like teacher. So then in those classes it's like drama, right? Like they give you a script and then you can like perform it, and yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, basically I had to like enunciate like more or something, but it was like a really good experience just going to that teacher and then just like performing and overcoming my fear of public speaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think character development is almost always positive, but I think that sometimes people go through really hard times, and that like pushes them to become stronger or things like that. And sometimes obviously it can go badly for them, like it can make them more shy or reserved or something. But usually it teaches them something, and even if the method is not always good in the long run, hopefully it benefits them.
So wise.
I like these types of deep conversations.
Yeah,
I
me
never have them
too.
with anyone anymore.
Well, when we were in year 7, we'll listen to like the seniors talk about stuff like this.
Do you think you've grown since year 7?
I've grown tall.
Or have you? I've grown 5 centimeters.
Actually, oh.
How much have I grown? I've grown like
Were you really tall in year 7?
25 centimeters.
25.
20, I was like
25.
150. I think I was like 150 something in year 7, 152, and now I'm 175, 176.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
I was just pretty short in year 7. Not gonna lie. I mean, now I'm not that tall. I think I'm around average, maybe a bit taller.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought you were like pretty tall, and then when it comes to photo day, when all the guys like
Yeah, exactly.
and they're like, hold on.
I don't know. Maybe it's just my posture or something.
Yeah.
It was the original question. Like grown.
Have you grown?
And have you grown like personally since year 7?
I hope that wouldn't be very good if I wasn't.
You probably have.
I probably have like a more realistic view on life.
Wow. How so, Benson?
I'm probably less willing to do things I know are probably going to screw up.
So you're like maturing, right?
Yeah.
It's not always a good thing though, right?
Well, it depends on how much you mature and how you mature. Like I think mostly it's positive. Obviously, sometimes if you get rid of the fun aspect in you, then that's a bit sad. But you're fun, I think.
I think.
No, you are.
But on that growth, I think I grew 8 centimeters. You know, that's pretty good.
Okay, not bad.
How tall are you now, Benson? Do you know?
It's no like mid 170s. I haven't measured. Oldest is like 173.
I think we're about the same. Yeah.
I think you're a bit taller than me. Anyway, mentioning.
You know what's great about transferring? No one's like awkward junior phases. Everyone just knows me as like from this year, and that's great.
Oh, did you ever have braces?
No, I haven't had braces. My dentist says I don't need braces. So,
You're saving your parents like thousands of money.
yeah.
Sanbo, did you have braces?
Oh, I had Invisalign, so it was like invisible. You?
Luckily, no one at Ruse saw my. Yeah, I had braces in year 7
Really?
and 8.
Oh.
Yeah, and no one saw them. No one at Ruse saw them. I got them right before orientation day, so I met everyone, and no one saw them.
Wait, but honestly, braces aren't even that bad. Like, I honestly don't think it changes your appearance that much.
Well, there was this one trip that I went on. It was a religious trip, and at the start, I shaved off all my hair, and I still had braces, and so so it looked really interesting. Maybe I should have put a blue arrow down the middle of my head. Have you guys watched Avatar?
I haven't.
No. Oh, it's so good. I've been watching it. I'm up to like I've almost finished the last season. I would recommend.
Wait, I just know like the Avatar movie. Is there like a...
No, you know what? The cartoon is good. It's like it's really good.
Did you guys like go through phases? Like emo phase?
What's like, I don't get phases. It's probably because I don't go through any. Unless I did and just...
Instant is a constant.
I mean, I had an emo phase in year 8, which is
Really.
yeah.
What about music phases? What was your music taste like in your emo phase?
Like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, you know?
I mean, that checks.
Are you like, you know, like the early 2000s, like Tumblr emo posts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the goal for me, year 8.
What about now? What's your taste?
Oh, like K-pop. I like only listen to K-pop and C-pop really. What about you guys?
You know, funny story. Every time I hear like Dean Lewis or Ed Sheeran or someone with that, like, I think like Clinton Kane or something, someone with that really like.
You know Clinton
deep
Kane?
roar. No. I don't, right? But every time I hear those like people with really deep emotions, I think of you, Imran, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Because every time you sing, you sound like them. Like
Yeah.
obviously you have like a really unique tone, right? But every time I hear them, I
Yeah.
think of you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Imran's talent show performance.
Really? I thought I was so shaky.
No, it was so good.
Oh, well, thank
You
you.
remember your first performance in year 9?
My first performance. Oh, yeah. What was it? Ghost of You?
I remember you seen like A-Team in Multicultural Day or something.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. That was a good song to sing. But you know what's funny? I really like Clinton Kane. He's my favorite artist. Like, I love him. He's not that famous, but I just really like his music and his energy because he posts on Instagram a lot. He really interacts with his fans a lot. It's cool.
But you said Citizen Kane at first.
Citizen Kane. From year 7 to maybe year 9, I had a phase where the only people I listened to, or like the only type of music that I listened to, and it consisted of only these people, was like Ed Sheeran, Shawn Mendes, James Arthur. Shawn Mendes a lot. Actually, I added like all of his albums to my playlist. And like Dean Lewis and people like them, because I have a playlist with all my songs that I've ever had. And if you go all the way to the bottom to like my earliest songs, the top first like 50 are all just those 4 artists. But now my music taste has changed a lot, and it's very good because now people can look at my music without laughing.
Wait, really? I think that things are really cool though.
Well, I mean, they're good, but I don't know, they're just very, very, very mainstream.
Oh, it's like crazy how like this is our like last year.
Like time goes by so quickly, and you don't understand that when you're in year 7 and you hear year 12 saying that, you're like, whatever. But then now we're all in year 12 and we're like, oh my goodness.
We're the oldest in the school now. We're like the big boys and girls.
There's like one thing I missed from NSG. And it's like they had like a lot of senior privileges that you got in year 12.
Do you remember our captains in year 7?
Yeah, I do. Because that
Winston and...
Yeah?
Oh my god.
Because that was the year my brother graduated.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you have a sister as well, right?
Yeah, she's old though.
You guys all have older siblings?
Minnie, are you an only child?
No, I have a little brother.
How old is he?
He's in year 8.
Where does he go?
The Ruse.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oops.
Yeah.
There are so many siblings of people in our grade.
I met Dylan's brother, and then I didn't know he was Dylan's brother. And then I was like, wow, they kind of look the same, and they have the same last name. This is occurring a lot with me. First with Imran, then with Dylan.
That deductive reasoning is insane.
Do we have any more awkward stage questions?
Like Imran said, we're like the big girls and boys now. So like what sisterly and brotherly advice would we have for those younger than us about like coming of age and like just like the awkward stage in general?
You know, David, the other senior prefect, his last, you know how like they do like their last like words in their final prefect video, which we can't get our hands on because the YouTube channel is dead. But okay, as long as you remember it, that's all that matters, right? What was he like? Oh, it was like you go through bad things during life and like you don't really realize it. And then when you look back later, you're like, oh yeah, that thing really changed me. Yeah. What was the question again? I just remember that was like sort of related.
What's some advice that you would give?
I don't know. Like year 7 to 9 was weird. Like nothing really important happens, but at the same time, everything important happens. So you mature a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it like feels really boring.
Okay, shall I go now?
Yeah.
I guess one thing that I found was really important was taking your life step by step, like day by day. If you look at something holistically and you think too much about the future, then it's inevitably going to seem daunting. No matter how sure you are of yourself, it's always going to be like, oh wow, that's a big goal, and I don't know if I can do it. But no matter how much you think about it when you're younger, it's not going to change how well you do and how much effort you put into getting there. So yeah, have it in the back of your mind, definitely. But just take everything day by day, because if you don't, then you're never going to get anything done, and you're just going to be anxious all the time. So.
That's such deep advice.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I remember when I was in year 7 and I was like stressed about assessments and stuff. Like seniors would always tell me, oh, you're only in year 7, like it doesn't matter. But like, I just want to say it's okay if it matters to you. Like, obviously, don't be so stressed to the point where you like have a mental breakdown over like term tests, your year 7 term test. But it's okay to be disappointed. And just because you are a junior doesn't mean your problems are like any lesser than like senior problems. That being said, please don't disrespect us. I'm just kidding. But oh yeah, just like it's just important to know that you still have like a really long way to improve. Like I used to get straight B's in English and in my junior years, and I'll just like have a heartbreak every time. No, I was like so close to getting like C's and D's in year 7, but it's fine. You still got a long way to go. And yeah, it's okay to think your problems are really big because they probably are to you. Yeah, that's my advice.
Wow, that's really good advice.
Really good advice.
Yeah, my advice would just be to take care of yourself. I know that sounds really cliche, but please take care of your mental health, because I think everything just catches up to you, right? Because I remember in year 7, literally in my head, year 7 to year 10, I would be like, come first, come first, come first, get full marks, right? And then I was like, oh, it works, because I was like getting good scores, right? And then in year, oh, wait, we're in year 11, or like year 10 or year 11, I literally crashed so much, and I was just super anxious all the time and worrying about the future, like what Imran said. So I would just say definitely take steps to take care of your mental health, like every day, go for a jog, talk to family, talk to friends, talk to your teachers too, and like please seek help. And another thing is it's inevitable in life to have like ups and downs and ups and downs like continuously, right? So I think the best thing to do is just, like Imran said, just like stay in the moment, especially in those happy times, right? And it's like inevitable that like from a high point, you're probably going to reach a low point, right? But then at those low points, I think you'll definitely feel happy that in those high moments, you actually took everything in. And yeah, that's what keeps me going, just staying in the moment.
Oh, such deep advice. Yes.
Nice. Well, I think now everyone is just more focused on they have a goal, and the goal isn't just to come first. Obviously, it could be a goal, but for example, my goal is to try and get top 25 in all of my subjects. Obviously, for subjects that have a lot less people, I'll try and come a lot higher. But I know, like, it's hard to say this, but I know that it's really hard. It would be really hard for me to top maths, for example, or top chem. So I'm just focusing on myself, and I'm sure. Like, well, what are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think it's good to have a goal, set a goal, instead of just trying to go for the top every single time?
I have strong opinions on this one. I think it's Imran is right. Like it's important to have a goal that you're working towards, but like in Ruth especially, I see a lot of people who are always focused on like the person at the top, and they're always like, oh, like one day I got to compete with them, like I've got to beat them somehow. But like it's so important to just be focused on like improving yourself and seeing how far you come, you know? Because if you always compare yourself to other people, you always like feel that gap and be demotivated. But obviously, if you like think back, like who was I a term ago? You know, you've come so far. Just be proud of yourself and keep working towards your goal. Yeah.
I think it's important. I think it's important to have that change, like that comfort mindset change into like I just want to do well.
Like guys, like I just want to tell like year sevens to like the whole high school, right? Some people might be aiming to come first, and that's great. But if you're aiming to just survive year 12 or just survive the year, that's also great as well. Like you're really strong and you're doing well for yourself.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh.
That's so sweet. That's so wholesome.
But it's true, right? Like everyone.
It is true. It is true. Yeah. Just put yourself first. It's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it.
Okay. Anything more?
Sometimes I like wish I knew like you guys before year 11, like the like context, you know.
Yeah.
Minnie.
Yeah, me too.
I want to shout out Mr. NG for always watching the whole podcast.
Wait, does he actually?
Yeah.
It's like he's been with us since year 7.
Yeah, he's gonna. Oh wait, not me, but like yeah, he's gonna see you guys graduate as well. That's like.
Do you think he's gonna be sad?
I hope I think he'll be very sad. Like I know for a fact that he's very close with a lot of the people in the grade.
Yeah.
And we will be sad as well that we have to leave him.
No, but like he has seen like, well, not mine, well, kind of, but like our awkward stages. You know? Wait, has he really been your year advisor since year 7?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Sammy.
Oh my god.
You don't realize how much time they put aside for grade. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. NG, Miss Sammy, if you're listening to this, we are very grateful for you. We love you.
I mean, they can't see us making hearts, but we would just like to say we are all making hearts at our camera.
I just want to keep talking.
You know what the juniors should cherish? Camp.
Oh yeah.
Camp.
Oh my god, I want to get back to camp so badly.
Imran, that's the first time I met you. No, the first time I talked to you, remember?
Yeah, I remember. And you were standing with Olivia, and you were both so tall. And then Dylan went up and like had some conversation with you, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's so brave." Then I realized
Dylan's the other guy. Sorry.
Oh, Dylan.
Like you can like talk to anyone in any situation.
Yeah, I got him. Social butterfly. So that's it for this week. Thank you for listening. We hope you all enjoyed. You can join us again anytime, and that's it for us on Ruse on Record.